Good morning, sober friends. Today is Sober Sunday. That's not a specific day, but it goes well. Sober Sunday, folks. Let's get after it. Today's daily reflection for October 11th, 2020. Self-restraint. All right. Well, friends, let's get into this, shall we? Self-restraint. Our first objective will be the development of self-restraint. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 91. My drive to work provides me with an opportunity for self-examination. One day while making this trip, I began to review my progress in sobriety, and I was not happy with what I saw. I hoped that as the workday progressed, I would forget about these troublesome thoughts. But as one disappointment after another kept coming, my discontent only increased, and the pressures within me kept mounting. I retracted to an isolated table in the lounge, and I asked myself, how could I make the most of the rest of the day? In the past, when things went wrong, I instinctively wanted to fight back. But during the short time I had been trying to live the program, I had learned to step back and to take a look at myself. I recognized, although I was not the person I wanted to be, I had learned not to react in my old ways. Those old patterns of behavior only brought me sorrow and hurt. To me and to others, I returned to my workstation, determined to make the day a productive one, thanking God for the chance to make progress for that day. Self-restraint. If Alcoholics Anonymous is not your thing and God is not your thing, you are able to replace Alcoholics Anonymous with how you are striving in your recovery and what is keeping you sober. For me, the AA program is the way that I do it. 12 steps, that's just for me. And also, if God is not your thing, think of something that gives you a little bit of strength and courage when you need it the most. Or if something miraculously happens and you go, I wonder how that happened. Rely on that, okay? So, let's move forward. There's a lot of things that go on day by day in our lives. And if you're living a life of sobriety, sometimes you can find yourself boggled down with what's going on within your day. I know I can. And if things aren't going well and they're piling up little by little, another situation after another situation, this problem, that problem, what would you do in your active disease? In your addiction, in your active addiction or alcoholism, what would be your response to that kind of thing? I bet it's drinking. I bet it's using. Because that was our fallback, our default button, if you will. Pardon me for rubbing my eyes. It just kind of woke up. So if me falling back into running to my bottle, and kind of like a baby, right? Running to my bottle every time there was a problem or every time I was overwhelmed. Did it help me in the past? I will say at certain times it became a good Band-Aid, but that's exactly what it was. And that's not encouraging that behavior. What I mean by that is it gave me it took away the anxiety of the situation for just a moment. And I was able to, kind of bark my way through it, which was not a good approach either. In sobriety, let me hang on a second. In sobriety, I'm able to look at situations and I'm able to back up a little bit and I'm able to focus on what is exactly the problem causing all these other little problems. For the last month, minus last week and a little bit of the week before, I was doing this whole thing at work on my own because a lot of folks ended up getting sick from you know, the pandemic, the coronavirus that is going on. A lot of folks ended up getting sick, so I had to cover it down and do it myself. There's a lot of moving parts and intricate parts within what I do. So if you miss something, something else gets messed up on the other end. Can you relate to that? I don't know, perhaps. But for me, it didn't become overwhelming because I was able to analyze each thing at each time instead of stacking it on top of each other to get my job done. In the past, in my active disease when I was drinking, you know, I was faced with similar challenges. But those problems mounted very quickly and they became very large, and that mountain became huge. And I wondered how I was going to get over it. And you know, right when those problems started and the pile was stacking up, immediately my brain was, you know, F this, F that. I can't wait to get off because I'm getting drunk. That's what I used to tell myself. I'm getting drunk and I'm forgetting all about this crap. And then maybe I'll get drunk and go in tomorrow. That's how it was, you know, back in the day. But in sobriety, I get the opportunity to have a shitty day and to embrace that poopy day and move on. You know, that some of the stuff can be taken care of right there. And I will take care of whatever I need to because I have that ability in sobriety. I have that ability to address the situations as they are. And I can leave the rest for the next day because in what I do, that stuff is gonna be there regardless. As much as I tackle, it's just gonna keep, you know, surmounting the way it does, because that's just the nature of what that business is. There will always be work tomorrow. You know, my takeaway from today's daily reflection, and I'm interested in what you have to say, so drop your comments below so I can either push this out and we can give this to other folks who might be, you know, getting overwhelmed with small things in their life that can be a little bit clearer in sobriety, and they have a better opportunity to handle them. And maybe your experience, strength, and hope can help. Who knows? That's what I'm doing. So check this out. If you are not happy with the way you're living in sobriety, chances are, like yesterday, you know, fixing me, not you, something is off. Something is off internally. Because there's a lot of people that are just angry to be angry, and they're going to come at you kind of sideways. If you're able to circumnavigate that and, you know, deal with those people and be able to look inward and say, hey, why am I really angry about this? Perhaps self-restraint would be the same thing. You know, I know there's a lot of times I want to just shoot off at the mouth. But in my active disease, I would have told it. I would have said exactly what I thought, and I wouldn't have held anything back. And that's how I ended up crushing a lot of people emotionally. In sobriety, I have the chance to stop and think about what I'm going to say and what's about to leave my mouth before I say it, so that way I don't cause damage where it's not necessary. If I am rambling on, there's a lot that can be taken from this daily reflection of self-restraint. I mean, seriously, I'm going to put it up on the camera real quick. And if you want, you can hit the pause screen and reread it because it's pretty awesome. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to hold it like right there. Perhaps you can get it. Good? All right. So if you want to pause that and go back, you can check it out. I just want to say, I hope you guys have an awesome Sunday. And I hope that your sobriety is going the way that you thought it would. And if it's not, you know, if you're into Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, go to a meeting. Go to a meeting. There's Sunday meetings all the time. And if you can't do it live and in person, go to a meeting on Zoom. Just look it up on Google. Where's a meeting at today? And I guarantee you're going to find like at least 100,000 hits. It could be in your country or a different country. That's the beauty of our interweb, is you can go out and touch anybody around the globe and be a part of our community of recovery. All right, so if you've gotten anything out of this daily reflections, hit that like button so we can keep this video in circulation. I know, if the daily reflections isn't your thing, I try to post a new video every Saturday and Sunday. I've been slacking a little bit on the Saturdays, but I try to make them up on Sunday when I'm able to. And I'm going to tell you about that in just a little bit. So, you guys have a great day. I'm Wayne. I'm an alcoholic, one sober to another. I'll see you in the next one.